Hey kids, how's it going today? This is Pulse Ray Vision coming to you live from Quattro Cinco Studios in my mom's basement with some of my favorite friends to hang out with you on this Sunday. Last week it was Easter Sunday, and it was just me by myself. A couple of the guests didn't show up, but that's okay. We had a really good stream. I'm going to let these guys introduce themselves clockwise, starting with ENJ, and we'll go from there.
ENJ Gold, aka ENJ Goat. Now, since Goat is out here on Pulse Chain, make sure you check that out. I do crypto jewelry for the stars in crypto space. Like if you see some of the nice jewelry pieces out there, all the way from Mintra, Gerardo, PJ, the list goes on and on. Hexy Bastard, everyone else I go blank on, but you know what I'm saying. So I do crypto jewelry for the stars. And I support Sheep Helkin, and I'm kind of nervous, so I'm sorry. I don't know. Hi.
Hey, that's a good introduction, man. Maybe we'll get into that a little bit deeper. How you got into crypto and both the jewelry, and then right below that we've got the lovely Wild SJ. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? Good day to y'all. I am a Wild SJ. I am Who am I? What do I even do anymore? So I got into this community mostly originally through Richard Hart's Sci-Vive and working with that book and doing the audio for that. I have since evolved, as you would, into a higher leveled Pokemon. I work for RG3, and he, myself, and KC, Crypto Culture, artist formerly known as Black Hexagon, the three of us go around the world teaching people about how to get into Pulse Chain and Richard Hart's ecosystem. And that has become my life's work, and I love it. I would not change a thing for the world. And I'm really looking forward to just chatting a little bit about what we got coming up. So thanks for having me.
Awesome. And of course, Crypto Black Sheep. What's up?
What's up, buddy? Yeah, you know me. It was great meeting you guys. In Vegas, we had a great time. Hanging out at the club and stuff. And I'm Crypto Black Sheep. I've been in the space quite some time. Since it's been about 7 years now. 2017, I got into the very first. I got in when Bitcoin was like 1,600, went up to 20K, and I was like, "Whoa, what is going on here?" Like, there's something I've been missing. I just never, went through the bear markets and the bull markets, and kind of just I built this community at the end of 2017. I started about December 15th, 2017. And we started with like 5 people. We just broke 3,400 today. So it's been a nice organic, it's been nice organic growth, and we've had a lot of fun. We've met people from all over the world. Got really deep into the Hex and Pulse Chain community. I've been an OG Hexkin since like 2020. So seeing going through all this shit and waiting for Pulse Chain, and here we are. We're getting rich. Let's fucking go, dude! I'm so excited. Hell yeah! So. It's been a pleasure to be here. Oh, and there's Donnie.
Donnie,
hey, what's up, everybody? How we doing?
Oh, you're muted, Pulse Ray.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, go ahead, Donnie.
Yeah. Hey, good morning, everybody. How we doing? Donnie D over here. It's what is it? It's 5:10 in the morning here in Australia.
Oh man, you're not up yet. You should have been up 2 hours.
Donnie.
Man, you know the drill. Black Sheep books up one of these and he drags my ass out of bed for it every time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, we should get a little introduction. Donnie, you go ahead.
Oh,
You got-
right. Yeah. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
still catching up to speed here. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm Donnie D. I've been in crypto ever since about, like Sheep said, about 2017 as well. I come from a bit of a different walk, though. Started with web development and Ethereum Classic. I signed on with DGen Protocol about 2.5 years ago, coming up on 3 now. And basically everything that DGen Protocol does, website, contracts, everything on chain or technological stack wise, generally I'm the engineer and developer behind that.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we make him do all the work.
So we'll throw all the technical questions your way.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll have to
Yeah,
get a
he's
coffee
good
going
with
on, but
those.
absolutely.
We've got a lot of good folks here in the chat. We got Fast Abdul, Naked Matrix just showed up. I gave them a wrench because they sit in front of you with you guys.
Oh baby.
Moonmutt's in the house, already talking about Solid X. We've got Norbert Nagy, a good friend of the show. He's been on. He's in several of our groups. We got Swizzle Sticks, Red Squirrel. Actually, this is the
What's
first
up?
time Red Squirrel wasn't the first comment. You're slipping, Red Squirrel. We
Wait,
got
what?
Spike in the house.
What up, Spike?
Mobius. We got Smo Spider. The gang's all here. So let's start off really quickly. I brought on SJ to help us promote what's going on this weekend in Salt Lake. And so go ahead, SJ, if you want to take it away. Let them know what's going down with that meetup.
Well, I sure do. I'm hold on. Stall. I'm tweeting it out.
That's okay. No, also let me talk a little bit about it. I know that we've got the guys from Tank Talk that are going to be there presenting. We also have myself and DIY Crypto, and of course the Captain RG3 is going to be in house, and then we're also going to have a couple panels and AMAs throughout the day.
Yeah, the panel. I'll talk about that real quick. I'm super stoked. As this tour has gone on, right? So this is our second year. Last year we were solely in the US, and we did a mixture of kind of more low-key meetups and then seminars. This year has been only seminars. We're hoping that it encourages people to do meetups locally on their own. And as that has just evolved, KC, so Crypto Culture and myself, we have started to take on more of a role in terms of actually presenting our own content. So the first time we did that was Houston, I believe. And it was really great. The two of us have a really good rapport. We kind of complement each other very well in many things. And turns out speaking is also one of them, because we give kind of contrarian views on a couple of different points. But all of it just goes into, showing how you can be different and kind of come from a different background or have a different entry point into crypto and still within this ecosystem, right? Still succeed and still have a real positive outlook for what's to come. So this event is the first time she and I are going to be on a panel. So it's Casey. I keep wanting to call her all these different things. It's her, myself, and Bash Encoder. And the three of us are going to just be really speaking to, what it's like kind of being a woman in crypto, how we got into it, and how we're all so passionate really about encouraging other women to be more
you had me confused. You talk about black crypto, right? Southern California.
So if she was going by Black Hex again.
Yeah. Well, we actually gave away a room on the Hex cruise 2 Decembers ago. And so I was like, who's talking about? But yeah, I've been following you guys for a while, and I really respect your work. Matter of fact, they got that ABC for crypto books for little kids.
Yeah.
Her and her husband did.
Yep. Yeah. Super badass. And that's cool. That just kind of goes to show how I believe that, I've never been in another crypto community. I've been in many other communities though. Yeah. Right. And many of them, I have a tech background. I worked for different video game companies in the past and different tech companies. And, I've never really felt as much camaraderie or as much upliftedness. I feel, in fact, today I just posted something because Crypto Claus sent me one of her NFTs on a metal print. Like she printed it out and now that's hanging in my bus. And I really feel like here more than anywhere else, the women are just, of course, there's all the bullshit and there's cattiness too, right? Like that's not going to be avoided. But I have felt, and maybe this is just because part of it is you get what you put out, right? Like I'm just a very positive person. So I've had nothing but really, great experiences with most of the women here, uplifting them. And, even through all the drama, like I try to stay pretty fucking neutral. So I have, I still comment and uplift. I see a few women like being catty with each other. I love them all. All right. Like I think we can all bring attention and all bring our gifts and talents to this ecosystem and continue to just rise together. So that's what I intend to continue doing and supporting. And like I said, that's what we'll be doing in Utah. Fashion Coder is an amazing young woman. She's just got a brilliant mind and a wonderful heart. She's definitely one of those people that has not stopped working through the bear market, right? Like she's just been putting out content constantly and doing it in such a way that is hopefully reaching people outside of our ecosystem. She's really like active on TikTok and Instagram and making these shorts and things and doing it in such a way that is, kind of copying the trends. So
I like
really,
the last little meetup at the gun range. Wasn't it at the gun range like last week?
Yeah. So that was not Pulse Chain Tour related.
Okay,
That was not put on by us. It was just kind of a random. And that's what I'm saying is, we're doing what we're doing, right? But everybody can and should be doing their own meetups, be hosting your own meetups in your own cities. Do it, like there is a lot of telegrams.
Goat House, baby. Goat House. Las Vegas coming soon. Don't worry.
Meetup Telegram that's like really active. I'm going to actually put it in the chat here. And if you haven't already, or you're not already in a local Telegram, I really want to encourage you to join this because, we all are part of this ecosystem and this community. And, you all have the right and the ability to host a meetup if you want to. So,
yeah, I'm in Southern California, so I try to go that way, except I'm like not old, but I'm older and I just get road rage. So I hate traffic. I hate San Diego traffic.
I got you.
Yeah. Like I say, so I normally try to meet out in Vegas. I want to say I met you about 2 years ago, so like that. We're right next to Stripperville, with Sheep Token at the Pulse Chain Tour at the small place with the second story. But yeah, no, I've been following you guys for about 2 years now. I love what they've been doing. And then so I want to get a track. I want to get a track with her husband. Saying because we work with Bass Guy and the music things over there. So we try to do music with everybody. So if you ever want to come on a track, if you want, let's do a track together and let's have Bass Guy do something with you. And what I'm saying, we try to do everything and anything.
Yeah, no, I do vocals, so I'm super down.
Okay, hey, she plays guitar, or she does a lot of tracks too and shit. Hey, can we play the song right now with RG3? Can we play it?
What's that?
Can we play Hexakill song right now?
If you want to, yeah.
Yeah, the Hexakill song. Have you seen that yet?
You want to cue that up?
Oh, good. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So again, the meetup here, t.me/hex_meetup/1 is where you can go in to just jump in all the meetup chats. And then obviously, like she said, there's a Salt Lake Hexagon group that I'm part of on Telegram. There's I think there's one down in Austin, if I'm not mistaken. It's probably one in Idaho and California. And there's probably one in the UK too, with all of the hexagons that we have over in the UK. Let's say hi real quick to BitBump just showed up. Hi, BitBump.
What's up, BitBump?
Got Crypto Incognito. Alan Fitzma says, is this the whale phobia support chat? Or I'm in the wrong place. Red Squirrel says, I apologize, Max. Please forgive me. I have failed you. That's okay. I'll let it go this once. Cookies and Cream. I think they were trying to do goats, but they ended up with sheep. And, Moon Dogs in the house is always Smo Spider. Laughing about the cattiness. E-Success is what's up, Hexicans. Duke of Booze is in the house. Moondog says, I'll be there at the Texas Eclipse Festival in Burnett today. Always down to hosts Houston meetups.
Nice.
Yeah, and then of course the Pulse Chain Tour Telegram that SJ just put up is t.me/Pulse Chain Tour. If you want to jump on that, if you have any questions about getting involved there, so that's awesome.
Nice.
Real quick before we get off the Pulse Chain Tour, you can also go to pulsechaintour.com. I believe that Crypto Culture was talking about a possible promotion where if you guys have a newbie or a no coiner that wants to check out all this stuff, if you've got a ticket to the Salt Lake event, you can get your newbie or your coworker or your family or your friend in for free.
Yep.
On Salt Lake. So that's huge. If you guys are thinking about, oh, I want to bring so and so, but they don't know if it's worth the money, don't worry about it. Just come, get your ticket, and then you can bring them in for free, and they can see what all this craziness is about.
Yeah, 100%. Do you have a code? Did we give you a code for?
I don't think I have a code yet, but if I get one, I'll definitely tweet it out after this.
Let me find out.
Crypto Ethos says, I'm a Pulse Chain Maxi. I'm not going anywhere else. All you guys and gals rock.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, Goat's not going nowhere.
Did either of you guys have the song up where I could just share it and play it? Or do I need to pull it up?
I mean, yeah, it's on YouTube. I can, let me see here. Yeah, it would take me a while to send it to you. So,
okay.
Yeah, well, it's on YouTube though. Let me find the YouTube.
I didn't need all the extra steps. I thought it was just a click of a button.
We're already on it. Hold on a second.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I type faster than you do.
Donnie's been making coffee as we've been chatting. Putting eye drops in his eyes.
Man, I wish I could sleep until 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm up for whatever reason. Like my wife works at like Starbucks, so like she should be at work like 4 o'clock in the morning. And so I
already got it copied. So
really never off that
schedule. Chat. Boom, I win.
Okay, well, there you go. You have it twice.
Yeah. In the meantime, while they're pulling that up, let's get talking about. Obviously, this Saturday. It's about a half hour, 20 minutes from Salt Lake, in a place called Nerd. Is it Nerd Kingdom?
Nerd United. Close.
Nerd United. I knew it sounded something to do with like a soccer team or football. Nerd United.
Yeah, and really cool. Kind of related, but not to the event itself specifically. But this is going to be really awesome. The day before, when we fly in, RG is actually going to be meeting with the treasurer of Utah to talk crypto.
Oh wow.
Like, yeah, bend his ear and find out what his stance is on it. I've heard he is crypto friendly, so yeah, just kind of dig into that a little bit more. We're hoping to get him on a stream as well. We were hoping to do that before the event, but it's not going to happen. So maybe afterwards, we'll just kind of see what he thinks about DeFi and see what happens from there.
That's what's up.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
absolutely awesome. I think I've got the video up here ready to play. Let's see if I can share that with you guys. There we go. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
I'll make a big screen. Play.
Might need to share system audio. That's only coming through your
speakers.
Can you guys get the audio or no?
Are you sharing the system audio on the screen share?
I don't know. I hit the share audio button when I shared the
you
screen.
did? Okay.
Maybe I don't got it right.
Yeah, it's just StreamYard doesn't really do a very good job of streaming the audio. I actually have to download. I download it into StreamYard and then I play it from StreamYard and then it sounds great. But
that's okay.
Yeah.
Next time.
Yeah,
We'll do it next time. That's fine.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Yeah,
but that's
it's a great song. Right? I had a lot of fun with it, and RG3 enjoyed it too. So, yeah, you can catch it on our streams every day, every day at 4.
Yeah, that's the opening intro. So, like, I know when I hear that song, I got 3 minutes.
Awesome.
Yep. So
All
yeah,
right, let's jump into the GOAT token here.
let's do it.
How did that come about? What were you guys thinking that you wanted to see in the cryptoverse when you were putting that together?
Well, what do you think, Donnie?
Well, okay, yeah, I'm happy to grab this one. So, basically, GOAT token is the, I guess it's the crown jewel, the centerpiece of the DGen protocol ecosystem on chain. From the very get-go of when I signed on with DGen protocol, and that's really sort of when our on-chain adventures sort of started, in terms of creating something for people. We always wanted to have something for the community, something that, although code is definitely, better verified by everyone who uses it, there's a reasonable line where we can say that, yeah, the things that we've built, we believe are safer than others out there, right? So we built a token for the community, and then we started building applications on top of it. GOAT token is basically, it's a single asset backed token that cannot be created without providing W Pulse to back it. And then, when it is redeemed out or burned out of supply, then the W Pulse that backs those tokens you burn or redeem, the W Pulse comes back to you. Basically, GOAT has a mint and redeem function where 5% fee on the amount of W Pulse either way. And basically that has what we call a mint redeem price that only goes up, right? It's based on the up only technology, I think it is.
If you want, I can share my screen so I can give you a visual.
Yeah. Because everything will always go one more little piece of ELS more. So it'll always go up.
DGen protocol. So yeah, we got a few things going on here. So this is the GOAT token contract that he's actually talking about.
Yeah,
and this is at DGenprotocol.io.
That's an achievement today,
right?
Cool.
Yep.
So what you're seeing there on the main page is you've got two different price points. You've got the one in green that's in the middle there, which is 1.3805, and that is the mint redeem price. The other one that you're seeing there, 1.35, that is the current price of GOAT versus Pulse on Pulse XV2, right? Now you can see that there's a bit of a difference between those two price points, and that right there is a mechanical design feature that we put in there. Basically, because the price points are different, right, and only minting and redeeming has the 5% fee, if that spread gets big enough, people like to basically arbitrage between those two prices by either minting fresh GOAT tokens with W Pulse and then selling them on the market, or buying GOAT on the cheap if that DEX price is lower, and then coming back to the website to redeem the GOAT tokens. Either way, regardless of which way they go, they're basically pocketing free Pulse as a result of bringing those 2 points prices closer. And it's just had a brilliant effect so far. Like I said, the only fees involved with GOAT itself is the 5% fee to mint and redeem. And that just helps to make sure that when the price does only go up as a result of that, there's always Pulse to hand out when people come to redeem their tokens.
Yeah.
Get
a nice looking chart. When Pulse takes off, we're just gonna rip because we're tied right to Pulse. So, and we're like we're actually, if you gotten in when we launched October 16th, you'd be up 38% on your bag of Pulse right now. That you could redeem. I was just 5% fee there, and then we got a lot more than this too. So we basically have 6.9 billion PLS in the liquidity, and that's fully backed liquidity. So it's not like we don't have any what do you call it, counterparty risk or anything like that, Donnie.
That's basically that's first party single asset backed liquidity. So what I like to say, and what I've said in previous presentations, is that if everything on Pulse Chain, heaven forbid, touch wood, if everything on Pulse Chain went tits up tomorrow, GOAT would still have liquidity and backing for people to redeem their tokens and get something and walk with it,
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
You'll be able to get your Pulse out of there.
So the GOAT tokens are minted by depositing Pulse plus the 5%, correct?
So the 5% is taken from the amount that you put in automatically. That's just sort of calculated when you go to mint GOAT token. And the same applies when you come to redeem it. You know, you might put in, say, 100,000 W Pulse and get some GOAT tokens. And then, you know, because of the price ratio, obviously you're not going to get 100,000 GOAT. But, you know, let's say you choose to redeem 50,000 GOAT. Well, that might be X amount more Pulse later on down the track. Because that mint redeem price does only go upways and it continues to observe that effect over time with more volume. Even like Sheep said, just simply holding GOAT ever since we launched, you know, there are people who are 38% up now because of that mint redeem price.
Yeah. And you can buy it all day on Pulse X without a tax too. So if you just want to accumulate over time and then redeem it later when the ratio is up, you can. You know, so it's kind of like single asset staking with little twist. And then we got these NFTs. The NFTs are cool. These are validator NFTs. We fractionalized actually owning a validator. We partnered with David Feeder. You guys know him from validatorstore.com, and he's running all the we currently have 40 validators running right now, and every day it's printing out you know, PLS rewards, and you can get it for, you know, instead of owning a full validator at what, 30, was it 32 or what was it?
So
32 million?
Basically we mint the NFT. People mint the NFTs for 500,000 Pulse a hit. Once we mint 32 NFTs, we consider that. Sorry, no, it's 64.
64.
Remember?
Yeah. Yep,
64, so once 64 NFTs are minted, that's enough Pulse to create another validator stake, which David Feeder helps us out with. And basically, through the validators producing their rewards that they do by confirming blocks and keeping the network more decentralized, the PLS gets fed back into our ecosystem. And we distribute 80% of that of those rewards out to the NFT holders of DGen Protocol. Main reasons behind creating these NFTs, like Sheep was saying as well, is literally to lower the entry barrier into running a validator node. You know, there's a lot of different things that go into it. You know, there's the computer equipment to maintain, there's the networking, there's the internet service provision that you got to worry about. If anything goes down while you're running all of that stuff at home and trying to maintain it for yourself, then there's always the possibility that your validator stakes will get slashed if you fall out of concert with the rest of the nodes, right? So really, using these NFTs to participate in decentralizing Pulse Chain is a far safer option in terms of those who may not have, you know, the time or the technical quip or whatever's required to keep that up and running. You know, but it does so in a fun way that also means we've been able to distribute the NFTs with these AI generated artworks. A lot by Mr. C of our community, but also a lot of our community themselves have picked up the tools. And I think there was more than 6,000 images generated that we've attached to these NFTs. And you just get one at random, you mint it, and you hold on to it. And then when rewards go out every day, you get to hit the claim button if you like, and you get GOAT token, actually. Because although the PLS, although validators do produce PLS, we actually turn it into GOAT token to send out to our ecosystem.
So you get paid out your rewards in GOAT token.
Correct.
Cool. And now, but to mint them, you would be using the 500 or 500,000 Pulse to mint them.
That's right.
500,000. Yeah, well, once it piles up in there, we get enough in there to create another validator.
You got 64 NFTs. You got a full node to yourself, full validator, all yours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that way, you know, some of us can only buy like one or two at a time. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I'm not sitting on no, you know. 64.
Yeah, then we have a resale queue too. If you decide you don't want any more, you can put yours in this queue right here, which actually when new people coming into mint, they'll buy it from here from the listed items first before it actually mints new NFTs. So that's a pretty cool thing we got going there. And Donnie, what else we got? We got the feeder. This was actually
go back to the GOAT token really quick. The GOAT NFT. How often are people paid the rewards, and how often can they claim them from that?
So we process the rewards daily,
daily, yeah.
and you can claim them whenever you want.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. Matter of fact, it's actually time for me to push the button. So let me get that done.
Push the button. We get some rewards out there for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then, yeah. You got any questions so far about anything? Anybody out there?
Yeah, and if anyone has any questions in the chat, bring them up, and I'll just throw them on screen.
Yeah.
Alan Fitzsmith says, "Goat token is actually low key kind of
That's all right.
wild."
Yeah,
and
thanks, Alan. We're excited about it.
Hey,
That's
Shano.
Barack.
Hey, Shano.
Yeah. Well, his name's Barack, but yeah, we call he's one of our community members.
He says the DJ protocol is the golden, and then he also says that browser has more tabs the amount of years SPF's got sentenced to.
Yeah, I'm a busy guy.
He's got a lot going on.
Not very organized sometimes, but I get
love it. Cool. Okay, so if anyone has any other questions, we can come back here to the Goat NFTs. But go ahead and then you guys have so you guys have the Goat token that you guys explained. It has the 5% in and out tax.
Yeah.
And then you got the Goat NFTs, which is a fractional ownership and a validator.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, we got
and then
that. And all these tie into Goat token in some way. Yeah.
And then the feeder, you guys were going to talk about the feeder.
Yep. Yeah, the feeder. Yeah, so the feeder, I don't know if you guys are familiar with there's another, I mean, my main reason for launching this was because I felt like we could do better with more gains overall than what could have been done on BSC. So this is a fork of Elephant Money Futures from Binance Smart Chain. Some of you guys might have heard that. I've known Bank Teller since like 2018, so he came on board as like an advisor type deal, and we were like, we could make this work, even though the mechanics were a little bit different over there. We felt like anything's possible on Pulse Chain, so we brought it over here. It's actually done really well. I mean, we launched it in October, so we're going on 6 months now, and this thing's been printing out, and our collateralization is still way over. Like we got 231,000 deposited, and we still have 312,000 to pay out, and that's what the big dip on PLS. As soon as PLS starts ripping, because all this is backed with Goat, so we have this Goat pen here. So when you come into this, basically you're going to put in $200, right? $200 to get started, and it'll pay you 0.5% daily on your cash that you put in here, right? But every time you want to put more in, or every time you compound, you have to put another $200 in to compound. So it always feeds fresh capital into the system, which gets stored in this Goat pen, which actually hasn't been touched really recently. It's just kind of chilling. And it holds Goat, which is backed by Pulse, and when Pulse rips, this what you get paid out in is blows up over time, right? So what is it? 90% goes into this, Donnie, and then 10% of the deposits go into this DAI buffer pool, which just sits there and catches the lower payouts that are if it's 1% or higher than this right here, if they're getting paid out, then it'll pull it out of the big long-term treasury. But I mean, this thing's just floating along. We only have 119 people in this thing, and it's just doing absolutely, like, I mean, and that's what's cool about it, and because it's not really it's not a Ponzi, because it's based on the price appreciation of PLS over time, right? So so as Pulse knocks off zeros, this thing's just going to be able to print, right? We've been able to prove so far that the concept does work, and we're just waiting on Pulse to go on another rip, because all those $200 deposits that have been put in on the way down, they all count as firepower on the way up. You know what I'm saying? So really cool system. And both of these work in tandem with the Goat token. And sorry, go ahead, Donnie. Go ahead.
I was going to say this particular application, the futures, actually come out very early on during the BSC phase, when there was a lot of what they call ROI applications coming out, right? Maybe you've heard of things like Drip, for example, right? One of the things which is a common problem with various ROI dApps out there, and not pointing the finger at any one in particular, is that they do not reinforce the idea of adding capital to back the dashboard money that people are printing. You know, people will throw in once on some applications, they'll build up a really high number, and then, oh no, the treasury just ain't got nothing to pay out the dashboard money they built up. So the design technique of having people deposit 200 fresh DAI every time they want to compound their dashboard money just means that the goat pen is actually getting more goat to hold on to, so it can actually, like Sheep was explaining, appreciate the value and indeed serve enough to give when people claim. You know, this all helped by the fact that people are only building up dashboard money, as I describe it, at a rate of 0.5% daily. So when you throw in your first deposit, it takes you 200 days to ROI, and then you're basically printing. But of course, there is the described strategy where we suggest, you know, you compound 3 weeks in a row, you claim 1 week, and you repeat that cycle. That's it's basically. You know, it just rests on the top of Goat token. And the coolest thing about it is that we launched it on day one with Goat. One more final stat for you as well is that when Sheep was talking about the collateral and how much we got deposited, when Pulse was on its most previous rip, we had only 185,000 DAI deposited, and that was over $1.2 million in TVL. Reading at one point. So that just goes to show the volatility that's going on right now, and the resilience of our ecosystem still being able to retain over almost like, you know, that many more thousands of dollars than we need to be able to pay out everybody, you know?
Yeah, it's a pretty cool system.
So when someone deposits 200 DAI to get this going, and then you guys said they wait 200 days, correct?
Yeah, so that is one option because, like I said, 0.5% daily is your award rate based on your balance, right? So see there, Sheep has 12,488. He's basically racking up 0.5% of that per day under the available, which is on the left of that. And you know, because that counter never actually stops, it doesn't have any hard limit, right? It just keeps going. So he could sit there and wait for 200 days and you know, take his whole thing out, but then he'd have no balance because the other thing is when you claim from the feeder, it subtracts what you claim from your current balance as well. So then, you know, let's say today you have $100 in there and you claim your earnings, and then tomorrow your current balance reads only $75. Well, then your daily payout rate of 0.5% is based on that 75, which is your current balance. Right. And so basically it teaches people to responsibly manage this nest egg over time. It's not like other ROI apps, which just constantly print dashboard money. This one actually teaches you how to build with an ecosystem properly.
Yeah, so, it doesn't inflate or anything like that.
So what is the smart contract, or what's going on with the 200 DAI in the background to produce yield, I guess is what I'm trying to figure out.
Straight away, when people deposit 200 DAI, it gets broken, like Sheep was explaining, into a 90-10 breakdown. So 90% gets turned into W Pulse and then is used to mint Goat, right? And the keyword mint there is very important. I'll explain why in a sec. But then that's sent straight to the Goat pen, and basically everything in the Goat pen is appreciating in value. Whether people are going into the feeder or not, simply holding that 90% of the backing in the Goat pen as Goat token means that feeder is absorbing and enjoying benefits of every other piece of our ecosystem operating as well. You don't have to go into feeder to support the feeder is basically how it works. So then the other 10%. Yeah, like Sheep said, just goes to the DAI buffer pool.
Yeah, it's basically just banking on the idea that everybody has that Pulse Chain is going to go up in value a lot, right? It's going to be worth a lot more money in the future, and this is a slow bleeding contract, which allows it to for that price appreciation to happen over time, delayed gratification, right? And then it allows it to continue to print because it's got so much money banked up that's gone up so many X's, and you know, it's just paying you out in the dollars that you came in with. And I don't know, man. It was a wild idea to bring it over here, but it's working very well, and we're very confident in the future of this contract.
So sorry, I'm just gonna clarify. So 90% goes into minting goat, and then 10% goes into pulse for the pulse appreciation, price appreciation.
No. 90% goes into minting goat. The other 10% of the die deposit stays as die and goes to the buffer pool.
Yeah, the buffer pool. And this takes the little tiny withdrawals. Like if somebody were to withdraw less than 100 or what, it's $132 or more.
Yeah, if someone were to claim $132 or $133 right now, it would not. It would service that from the buffer pool, but then it would top the buffer pool up again to that mark from the goat pen by redeeming some goat into pulse and then using that pulse to buy die, which goes to the buffer pool.
So that ratio is always going to be 1-9 between the buffer pool and the goat pen.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, that makes sense. Cool.
Okay.
Cool. And then I already asked this question, so thanks for indulging me. But so when I take pulse and I mint the goat token, then 5% of that goes into backing the goat token with pulse.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
When I sell goat token, it keeps 5% as backing up the goat token.
When you redeem goat token, it's very important to get the terminology right on this one because there is a very big difference between mint, redeem, buy, and sell. Right?
Okay.
The minting
please go through all those for us, will you?
Yeah. So minting and redeeming is the only point at which goat actually has any fees that you deal with at first hand, right? Buying and selling has no fee, right? We actually made sure that the token would have any buy, sell, transfer fees like those kinds of tokens. Instead, we just wanted the mint redeem function to have the fee, right? And really, that's how we encourage, how the ecosystem itself rather encourages people to arbitrage between those two prices. Like I said, if the spread's big enough, then they get a 5% fee for minting and then selling on the DEX, or they get a 5% fee for buying on the DEX and then redeeming at the higher price. But overall, and this is where the key part that I was talking about when we were showing Feeder off before, is that it doesn't matter what part of our ecosystem you are interacting with, whether it's the NFTs, the feeder, the lottery tab, even the LP staking up the top there. If you use part of the DGen protocol ecosystem, chances are one of the functions that you're calling is triggering a mint or redeem of GOAT token somewhere, which again pushes that mint redeem price only up.
Great. Say that last sentence again, because I feel like that's a really big point that you made there that explains the tokenomics.
So once again, every single piece of DGen protocol, doesn't matter what you're using, right? Whether it's any of the applications across the top, and actually I'll go as far as to say some of our partner integrations as well. Every single time you use part of DGen protocol's ecosystem, that mint redeem price only goes up, can never go down.
Up.
That's right. Only up.
Up. Let's go.
Like a goat on the side of a mountain. The goat just keeps going up.
And it goes up at 5% with every interaction of that interaction.
Well, that 5% goes to the raising the floor.
Yeah. What's important to remember is that the 5% is on the amount of W pulse handled. It's not anything to do with the GOAT numbers, right? It's the W pulse numbers that you're looking at. So if you put in 100,000 W pulse to mint GOAT, you'll probably get 95,000 pulse worth of value, if that makes sense, because you got that 5% fee, but then you get your GOAT. Yeah.
Cool. All right, cool. And I think we covered the feeder pretty well. Let's jump to the lottery.
Oh yeah, the lottery. Now, the lottery is the fun one because this is what every day on my stream I do my short videos in the morning, and the goat has a magic word every day for you to win. So I give away like 2 tickets every day, and basically there's 704 remaining right now, and when these run out, someone's going to win $1,000. Pretty simple. And we also have a mega jackpot where a portion of the ticket sales go into this this PDI jackpot, which is now sitting at $265,000. So when we're pretty confident that PDI is going to hit $1 someday, and we have a pretty big jackpot that someone's going to win. So yeah. So yeah, every day we just have fun with it. So if you're on my live streams every day at 4:20, you can win.
I know what you're thinking.
Whatever
that's a lot of stuff going on here, but it's really not.
Yeah, it's just a little DGen playground. We love it. We have fun with it.
Because people see all this stuff like, wait, what?
And so, can people buy the tickets with and do they buy them with die or do they buy them
just
with
$1? Yeah, one die each, and then
So-
one die could win you $1,000.
It's important to understand that you play with eDie on Pulse Chain, right?
Yeah.
So you buy DAI
Yeah.
from Ethereum, which is already at $1 thanks to the bridge, right?
Yeah.
You play with that, and then the ecosystem turns it into what it needs to through whether you're buying a ticket or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. So
A piece of
and
every
then,
ticket sale on this main panel goes to the lottery down below that mega jackpot, and a portion also again goes to the goat pen as well. So even when people play the lottery in the most degenerate in the way that they can, they're still backing our ecosystem and adding more value to it. So yeah.
So part of that die, so the die split into 3 places. One goes to the goat pen, one goes to the jackpot, and one goes to the mega jackpot. Is that correct?
That's right.
But the mega jackpot is in P die.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So the die gets converted to P die for the jackpot?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Through the back of our ecosystem, there are a number of swaps and flips that we do handle in the background. Just through the way the contracts are coded. Really, the idea of everything that you see here on the website, all of the applications we've developed is through a kind of mindset that we want to have something for almost everyone, whether you're into tokens or NFTs or, long-term applications, there's something here at DGen Protocol for you.
Beautiful. And then the LP staking.
That one was a little pet project of mine, and it's probably due to get some upgrades shortly. But I'd love to run through this too. So this one here is your good old standard LP staking pool, right? Basically, you make Goat Pulse LP on Pulse XV2, you stake it here, and you can earn some Goat token. Now, the GOAT token obviously has to come from somewhere, and this is where it's really, really special. I've created a contract that we've very, very simply called Rewards Booster. You're seeing it there on the bottom left there. So basically, the LP staking pool had some GOAT token initially provided out of my pocket. I threw those up as rewards, and we put a 2% withdrawal fee on that staking pool. Now, the rewards booster is really cool because it receives those fees that are taken as LP tokens. And then the 4 buttons on the bottom of it, if those are clicked in left to right, top to bottom order, then it basically rips the LP apart. It keeps the GOAT. It grabs the W pulse. It spends 50% of that on more GOAT. And it uses the other half of the pulse to buy something called Impulse. Now, for those who don't know, Impulse or Impulse Finance is a yield aggregator on Pulse Chain. They partnered with us a little while ago. And basically, they run a series of vaults to obviously optimize yield. Now, they have what we call a revenue share pool, where if you stake their native token Impulse, you can earn more PLS. And that's on a perpetual basis because, like our ecosystem feeds pieces of our own, their ecosystem has parts to feed one another as well. So that revenue share pool is constantly getting more PLS earned, and basically from us having a stake in that, we're just getting more PLS every single day. And a result of this is that our staking rewards for LP never actually run out. Provided that the revenue share pool keeps going over at Impulse Finance, this will continue to print PLS that we can feed into the LP staking contract as GOAT rewards for people to earn. It's certainly not the highest yield thing right now. Like I said, there are some upgrades in order very shortly. But it is a working concept to show that you don't necessarily need to base everything entirely on fees or user deposits to generate a positive effect.
Okay, so obviously when someone does liquidity providing, they're getting paid in either, one or both tokens and fees, correct?
Yep.
Depending on
Correct.
if they do single staked, single sided, or the whole range. So when they're doing that, and that pulse and the goat token are being paid out, you guys are taking the pulse and buying more goat token for the rewards. Is that
Minting
correct?
more goat, but yes.
Minting more goat, and then that also bumps up the backing of the pulse that's backing up the goat token.
Correct. Yeah. Which again also pushes up that
Yep.
mint redeem price.
Now, what about the amount of goat token? Is it just based on how many people are minting from Pulse? Does that determine the amount of goat tokens in existence?
So goat token is what we call elastic supply. Basically, if you have the W pulse to mint the goat, then you can mint the goat. Simple as that. You just have to have the W pulse to back what you're trying to mint. It's impossible to mint goat without W pulse, and when you redeem goat, then you get W pulse back. It's really as simple as that. And like I said, that single asset backing means that if heaven forbid everything went wrong tomorrow on Pulse Chain, GOAT would still have a price and value and backing because it's first party single asset backed liquidity.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right.
So it's kind of like
we're not depending on a third party like a DEX or an LP to make a price point. We already have a native price point because of that backing.
Yeah, because so it's a derivative of the Pulse price.
Yeah, that's right.
Plus the stored energy that you guys have programmed into this.
Very much so.
The economic energy, because I talk a lot on my stream and with my project about what keeps the air in the balloon, right? What keeps the energy inside of the circuit, and where does it drain, or where does the value leave? A lot of really great projects out there have a dump token, right? Where that one token is just like paid to everyone, and everyone knows it's going to be dumped, and you just see it like fall forever.
Yeah.
Right.
We've tried very, very hard to steer away from concepts like that. You're very right. There are a lot of projects out there, they'll put together a farm or a staking pool and it just keeps on, blowing up the supply, and there's no measures to counteract. And we're thinking, hold on, there's got to be something that can be done better than that,
Mm-hmm.
and really.
Yeah.
That's sort of one of the things that we've enjoyed most about our development curve. Like I said, we actually started building things way back when I joined DGen Protocol 2.5 years ago. And what we've been able to do is through building our own stuff, when we started our first project and then watching everybody else do theirs as well, we've been able to see what works and what doesn't. And we've been able to learn from the experiences, the uprisings and the downfalls of every other ecosystem out there, and so we know what works and what our community's into.
Yeah, you guys have done a really good job of closing the loop, as I would say.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
And Shano 1982 says buy sell goat on Dex for a nice ARB game, pretty fun.
Yeah.
And Parkway
every time it
Productions
dips,
is in
you can
the
buy
house.
it, and then you can instantly redeem it. Or if it pumps really hard, you can do the opposite. You can mint, and then you can sell it on the DEX.
Quite a while ago, Marco Ferrari says Creedence Clearwater Revival someday never comes. Is that one of the? I'm not. Now that was a while ago. He mentioned that, so I'm not sure what he's referring to. But, anyways, that's cool.
Yeah.
So anytime anyone interacts with the GOAT protocol, the DGen protocol, they're leaving a little bit of energy and leaving a little bit of value.
Yeah.
For the ecosystem.
That's right.
Leave it behind, and it just slowly over time. It's almost like a T-share. It just slowly over time, it just goes up and up and up.
And I like the fact that the fees are done in the background, because that's something that I think a lot of programs or a lot of projects will put in their tax or their slippage or all this other stuff, and they're putting that cost on the people that participate with it directly, and nobody likes paying taxes or being the person to physically pay the people that got in before them, right?
Exactly.
But people are happy to speculate on something going up and doing DCA in and DCA out. So, and how long has the protocol been running?
Since October 16th.
Yeah. October 16th, dude.
Yeah.
Holy
so
damn.
They're coming up on 6 months now.
Wow. So this is a baby. And you guys just barely have been adding a couple of those things to this, because you guys just started with just the GOAT protocol, and then you guys added the other pieces.
We actually launched GOAT and the feeder together on day one, but then everything else has just kind of been a gradual build. Really, if we're adding new things, if there's not a clear idea of something that we're going after, I'll be sitting there on any average day tinkering and inventing something. The rewards booster is a very classic example of that. I was looking at some contract code one day. I saw Impulse and Liquid Loans and things like that out there, and I thought, what happens if I chain these together in somewhat of like a feedback loop in code, and then what can I do with the output of that? And so I created a shortened version of that, which is the rewards booster dealing with Impulse Finance, and that's how we fuel the LP rewards.
Actually, the next tab that's probably going to be added, I think they're going to be doing like a GOAT X. I'm not sure if you're in Titan X or in the Drip X, but right now they're looking at another version of that to add to the GOAT ecosystem somehow. So that's going to be like the next thing that's going to be added. I mean, I know it's a lot, because when I look at it, it's a lot, but it all feeds right back into GOAT and PLS and GOAT's Climb Mountains.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. I was going to say, what do you guys think about, and I haven't reached out to Walrus about this yet. I need to talk to him, but Liquid Loans has opened so many opportunities for people to get at liquidity through collateral that a lot of these smaller coins, even if they're well-established coins and actually have a community, you may not be able to use your liquidity. There may not be enough liquidity on the exchange, or you don't want to destroy the price by taking profits if you're one of the bigger players, right? And so you guys have kind of created something better than a stable token with the GOAT token, right? Yeah. So instead of a stable token, it's collateralized and backed by Pulse, but it reminds me a lot of OX Coast, right? So OX Coast, I can't wait for them to get back up and running. But you burn US dollars and create OX Coast stable coins. And vice versa, you burn the OX Coast coins, and you mint US dollar coins in your bank.
That's cool.
So you're basically collateralizing your own stable coin through OX Coast, and it's been amazing. And I even locked up their token to get the fee from 4% to 1%, which is totally worth it right now. But I'm just thinking about either Liquid Loans adding other coins to their vaults, or accepting other coins, or someone coming up with basically another liquidity fork, so that you guys can take some of your economic energy that you guys have built into the GOAT token, or some of the economic energy that I hope to build with my token, and I hope to be able to really put that somewhere and collateralize it, so that the energy can be not just obviously it'll be still stored in the system, but it gives people a tax-free way of accessing some of those funds, like billionaires do right now with their stocks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, you get it.
So if someone doesn't create that in the next 3 years, I'll probably start working on it. 3 years. I would say soon, but like I thought I'd have my coin out 2.5 years ago, and it's been 3 years working on that thing.
Oh,
So-
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, it does
Yeah,
take
I
time
can see it.
to plan things properly.
yeah, you don't want them to break when you launch them. So anyway, all right, cool. Thanks for walking me through the GOAT token and the
Yeah.
different protocols that you guys have there. Like I said, I really like the way you guys are keeping the air in the balloon and closing that loop to try and
Yeah,
catch it.
thanks,
So
man.
there's not a dump mechanism or an inflation mechanism. It's
Yeah,
really,
yeah,
really
exactly.
well put together.
Yeah, this ecosystem is a tank. You can't hurt it. And you can't dump on everybody's head and take the money. You know, like it just it just doesn't work like that. We wanted something to be fair and safe and yeah, here it is. It's
Yeah,
doing well.
especially I love the validator part of it, because as someone
Yeah,
being in a bus,
for sure.
it's that's the hardest thing for me. Like, there's no way that I can participate in validating other than, these other protocols that kind of allow you to do it
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
through a proxy.
Yeah, we're
That's
proud
really
to offer that to the community.
that was one of my favorite things to sort of develop is literally just that. And again, the biggest entry barrier isn't necessarily cost, because I feel like there are a lot of users out there who could definitely afford 32 million pulse for a single validator stake, right? And that's fine, that's great. But then it's not just the stake cost that you got to take into consideration, network upkeep, skills to run that stuff, the fact that you're probably better running a Linux box, a dedicated machine, you've got hardware costs, all of these extra things, which just make it more than that 32 million pulse to run that stake and earn something from it. And then there's also the profitability aspect. I was actually talking with David a while ago, and he said, I think it was that you need to run like something like 10 stakes or something like that for it to actually become economically viable at this stage, in terms of like what you spend versus what you get back. And so participating as a syndicate in this way to run validated nodes, I think is more economical for everyone under our banner than just, teaching people, hey, this is how you do it on your own,
Yeah, well, and that's like one of the things people you do in real estate, right? So if I've got a lot of money, but I don't want to have anything to do with flipping the apartments or running the apartments. I can just park my money with someone who does want to do the real estate, right? And then get a return on my investment. The problem with that in America is that you've got to be a what's it called? Accredited investor, right? So if you don't already have money to throw at stuff, they don't let you play these games. Where in crypto, it opens up to everybody. Everybody can take fractional ownership in an asset, and so that's beautiful that people can start basically buying crypto. It's almost like crypto real estate in a way. Each one of those validators is almost like a little mini apartment without
Yeah.
without any damn renters breaking
Right.
stuff or whatever's going on in the real world. So I love that idea. I love that analogy. And also each one of your NFTs, can you unwrap those and get the value out of them, or are they wrapped until that validation series is complete?
So let me explain. Basically, it's not exactly that you can, unwrap the NFT to get your PLS back. Doesn't work like that. Okay. When you mint the NFT and we create a validated stake, the stake is the property of DGen protocol, right? All of the stakes are owned by the protocol itself, right? And I'll explain why in just a second, right? But first, I want to let you know how you can jump out if you want to. Sheep described before that when you mint an NFT, we also have a resale mechanism. So if for some reason you want out, you don't want your NFTs anymore, whatever, that's fine. Up to you. You can list your NFTs for resale, right? And what this means, our minting engine for the NFTs will actually look at the queue for resale. Okay, it's a first in, first out queue. And so if there are NFTs that are listed for resale, when someone comes to buy some new NFTs, right? When someone new comes along, they will end up buying in that first in, first out order the NFTs that are listed for resale before fresh ones are minted into our supply. So we've actually had a great deal more than 40 stakes worth of PLS volume coming in for minting NFTs. But what actually happens is that when you resell your NFT, right, the person who buys it obviously pays the 500,000 pulse as normal, but then because you listed your NFT for resale, you walk away with 480,000 pulse worth of GOAT as payment for your NFT, and the system takes a 20,000 pulse worth of GOAT fee, which also goes to the GOAT pen, right? And basically, that's what keeps the entire NFT supply liquid. You know, you always have a way out if you'd like to, and the way out that we offer for you serves you before it mints fresh NFTs into our supply. It looks after the users first. So that what that actually means, and leading back to why we don't undo the validator stakes, is simply because then it is uninterrupted stakes. The stakes continue to work, you know, for everyone round the clock. You know, if we messed with starting and stopping stakes all the time, it'd be far hairier of an operation than, you know, anyone would care to deal with.
David
You
would have wanted to build this.
we find that the best way to run it is to set it, forget it, and just let it print. And yeah, we think the resale queue offers a very good way for people to filter in and out as they choose. It means that you're never truly locked in. You can just, you know, come and go as you please.
Speaking of that, I gotta take off.
Okay, cool.
Thank you so much for joining
Yes,
us. We look forward to seeing you this weekend.
Nice talking to
It's
you.
going to be great. I had a little analogy I was kind of thinking of when you were describing that. So each validator is split up into 64 pieces. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's almost like, you know, how you can buy a condo, but you don't necessarily own the building, right?
Yeah.
So if I buy a condo, I have the right to the airspace inside of that building, but I don't own the building. So
That's
imagine you guys have like an apartment that's split into 64 pieces. You're not selling or giving away control of that apartment to anyone. You're allowing people to own and share in the rewards of how much of that apartment they own.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly. Pretty much sums it up. Yeah. There's a lot more than just, you know, a JPEG when it comes to NFTs anymore. You know, there's utilities coming out all over the place for them. So, yeah, we figured this was a first mover type thing. I mean, I don't see anybody else doing it. I've never seen anybody else do something like this. So,
yeah, I like how it says come there. I mean, every time something comes out, we get inspired, right? We're inspired by Bitcoin because it created digital scarcity, and you could verify your Bitcoin most of the time. Then you had Ethereum that allowed people to write smart contracts, and you had the T-share, which is like, oh, cool, we can simulate, you know, compounding interest. And then you had stuff like What's show up and show us an idea of how to create limited minting for supply, things like that. And so, every time we see something, we're like, hey, do you know what would be cool? Is if we could also do this, right? And they're just adding to it. So that's beautiful. Let's check our comments, see if anyone here is hanging out. We got Crypto Compassion. What's up, John? Good to see you. Ali Kane. Wow, look at that amazing panel today. Thank you very much.
What's up, Ali?
Yeah, so Ali's still they're doing their minting for Pulse Wars right now. Okay. And then I'd be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to the Forge and Curator. You had Mark on your stream just recently, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can't believe how polished and professional he is. And you can tell he's got like a really good intentions for the community.
Yeah, it was a good stream. Good people in this place, man. I like it.
Yeah, I think if we all point our energies and focus our energies on something like Forge and Curator, we can very easily have the rotten tomatoes of crypto. So that's kind of what I would love to see happen with that.
Yeah,
but
I got NFTs from the Forge pre-sale. I got in. I got in. I got about 5 of them. So I'm really looking forward to that. Big shout out to CEO Mandingo Swap over there, and and everybody else. They got the council over there. They got some good people. They got some good people on the council. If you just go through on the bottom of the page and show the people the council, that people who are behind them are supporting them. Randy, there's Rob, which is not Rob, but there's POW, proof of no work. I mean, there's a lot of good communities who are behind the force. Who are I'm glad they actually came out. I reached out to them and see if they'd come out there. I'm friends with Mendigo Swap, so yeah, it's kind of cool to have them out there. Can't really wait to see it. I can't wait till something launches. They said they're coming up something close, so just wait for something to launch.
Yeah, cool. Well, hey, we've gone over the Go token. Do you guys want to go over anything else while you're here? Or do you guys want to go over the whole PDI and Atropa thing people have been geeking out on? And let me just tell me what makes you guys think that PDI can go to $1.
Just because I know it can. I've seen crazier shit happen in crypto, man, and yeah, there's a lot going on in the background. There's a lot going on, and I think people need to wake up to it. I actually just posted a really good video yesterday on my where was it? On my Twitter. It was a really good YouTube video that kind of breaks it all down, and it's it's like that aha moment, kind of thing. I'm not sure where. If I can find the link, I'll post it. But yeah, it's I don't know, man. I'm just excited. You know what? I think anything is possible on Pulse Chain, and I think this first and foremost, we do need a native stablecoin and not just a stablecoin that someone created. We need the native stablecoin. Or this. What are we doing here? We want Peter, right, Donnie? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's
Look,
my honest opinion.
There is an absolute requirement for a native stablecoin. Just starting with the simple fact that, like Sheep said,
RG3, what's up, man?
We literally need a native one there because look, the bridge version of DAI is great. And look, not knocking for a second, right? But let's all think objectively about how it works, okay? One of the things which has been historically most exploited in DeFi is definitely bridges. Now, not saying that there's anything wrong with the bridge, all right? Again, just to reiterate, but it is not a true stablecoin. It is a backed token that is printed by demand of those moving assets in and out of the chain, right? And so, being that it is tied so closely to those bridge mechanics, a native stablecoin is infinitely better because it doesn't have those extra counterparty risk factors involved. What's also to remember about PDI is that there is a large and growing number of pieces of evidence to show that someone out there knew exactly what they were doing with the MakerDAO vaults and various other mechanics when Pulse Chain was launching and getting going as well. There's a lot of great minds out there who are showing that, if not richer, then someone out there is doing all of the things to basically replicate the MakerDAO system on Pulse Chain. Yep. Without the MakerDAO control, starting with the most simple fact that that early on in the piece, everybody spotted there was a 7-figure payment that went somehow to a MakerDAO address, and then all of a sudden, the join module was turned off. The join module, for those who don't remember, is how people were buying up PUSDC and minting more PDI at the time, and that got turned off after that 7-figure payment went across. So,
sorry to stop you there, Donnie. Can you talk about some of the control that MakerDAO does have over that you were just referring to?
Yeah, so I'm not entirely aware of the entire depths of MakerDAO, but I am aware of how the join module works. And basically, in the simplest terms, join module is basically a way that DAI is able to accept fresh collateral as a basket of other assets in order to print more DAI, right? So the current MCD, multi-collateral DAI, which everybody uses on Ethereum, is largely backed with other assets such as USDC, right? And so when the entire state of Ethereum was copied over as part of the Pulse Chain creation, right? It got all of the contracts, all the permission structures, all of the everythings that was part of Ethereum state. And so basically, it's tricky to explain, but the join module was one of those things. And so people worked out, hey, you can mint DAI with USDC on Ethereum using this module contract. Let's find it on Pulse Chain and do the same with PUSDC and PDAI. And people started figuring that out. PDAI price started dipping. And then, like I said, somewhere out of nowhere, 7-figure payment went out and join module stopped working. People
I posted a really good video though. That talks about all the collateralization and all that, and how it is completely possible that this can go to $1. I posted in the private chat. If you want to share it out, you can. Pulse Ray, how you doing, RG3?
Yeah, we got RG3 boarding our ship from one side. We got Crypto Sloth jumping in the comments from the other side. It's getting crazy in here.
Well, this is my lucky number, episode 37, right? That was my lucky number. I had to jump
Number
on.
37.
Nice.
So yeah, good stuff going on, man. There are some real smart people in the community out there, either taking advantage of or exploiting or using the tool that Richard put out there for everyone to use. Now that Pulse Chain's here, man, the stuff that's going on out there is just insane, crazy. It's gonna be interesting to see where it takes DeFi.
It's pretty insane. I'm loving it every day.
Yeah. Now, can any of you guys explain Atropa to me like I'm a 3-year-old?
I have a good summary that I can share about Atropa. Just observing the way that they got started, they created a core token, obviously Atropa, right? It's how they manage everything at the middle. But one thing that I noticed is that throughout all of the tokens that were created by Atropa, one thing was common. Everybody wanted to speculate on the value, and there was large numbers of Pulse or other assets flying in to buy these tokens that were just created at random. Nobody had any idea what the objective was of this 414 deployer address or whatever. Nobody had any idea in mind what it was. But one thing that has definitely helped PDAI is that whole Atropa ecosystem, and not just Atropa itself, but all the tokens created around it. I think, and I could be wrong, I'm open to someone correcting my perception on this one. I honestly think that Atropa was created to simulate and to run through what I call an accelerated shitcoin season, right? Because one thing that is absolutely contributing to larger projects winning is that there are tokens out there, meme tokens, shit coins. They all attract large amounts of volume, right? And so there are those who know how to play in those ecosystems and those who don't, right? And so speculation feeds a lot of money into that. Now, when you have players who know how to play with those tokens and then move that value to assets that quote unquote actually matter, okay, that's where I sort of get my idea that Atropa is the main thing that's trying to gather liquidity under somewhat of a peg of control. And then all these other tokens are just liquidity gathering mechanisms in a way. Like I said, to sum it up, accelerated shitcoin season to gather volume.
Yeah, you're going to see some crazy shit.
I agree.
So how does Atropa create volume, and how does Atropa gain from volume?
Literally, because again, nobody has any idea in mind about what Atropa's true intentions are. We can derive a certain understanding from the on-chain activities that it's a force of benevolence at this stage, but nobody's actually gotten firm knowledge of what the point is. And so again, Atropa creates volume by people wanting to speculate on what this next token is, right? Everybody so far has been able to observe Atropa's positive effect on the PDAI ecosystem, and so they see it as a force for good. Thus, they want to participate in things that support that narrative.
It's attracting a lot of bot volume too. That's important to note. And you look at the volume for like Teddy Bear, for instance. I mean, it's it's usually running well over $1 million a day. I think we're like 1.7 million today in PDI. Like the Atropia ecosystem is something you need to pay attention to because you're going to get left behind if you don't. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah.
So, not financial advice, but it's done well for me.
Realistically,
Well.
it's To sum it all up, PDI is, it's very likely that it can get to peg. I believe it will. I've got my bag set aside. I actually want to tell a funny story so everyone can have a bit of a laugh, right? I was one of those who actually got fudded out of their bags way early on in the piece, right? And this was before I started actually doing my research. Okay, I kid you not, 22 million PDI in my bag, and I sold the lot.
Yeah.
Today, that would have been worth 87 grand. You know what I actually... Yeah. And I got fudded out of my own bag way early on in the piece by someone who didn't believe. And
so I stuck to my
fell for
guns.
it.
I wasn't letting anybody FUD me out of my bag, dude.
Right? And that's exactly it, man. Hey, look, we live and we learn, and that's just what crypto is, man.
Die hard to the moon.
Well, because I already made that mistake with Hex back in the day, man. I was early Hex again. I had like 6 million, right? RG3 was there. I fucked it off on this and that and the other, and by the end of by the time we hit a penny, I only had like $250,000 or something. I was like, oh my god, dude. So,
and Die Hard is a meme coin.
$1 million in the end. But yeah, you don't want to make those mistakes,
Die Hard is a reflection token.
You got to learn from your mistakes at the very least. Don't keep making them. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Engine.
Yeah, no, I got into Die Hard about 3 days ago, around 23 cents, and it pays in PDI. So I got about 1,000 of it, and it's been paying me out maybe 7,000 PDI. Saying in the last 3 days, and the price tripled, and so I bought it at 23 cents, and I think now it's like 70 cents. So the price tripled in the last 3 days, and saying I'm somebody who don't have a lot of PDI. Saying for just holding one token and I can earn PDI. I say, so if PDI does hit $1, I made like $7,500 just by holding Die Hard. So let's see what happens.
What's the highest that PDI's made it?
0.0086.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we're close to a penny. We're almost to a penny. And then a penny after penny, it's only 100x to $1, baby. And then
it's already done like over 3,000x, dude. From the bottom.
What's the supply of PDI?
20.
Good question.
Yeah, what the hell was it? 28 billion, I think. I think it's 28 billion. Some shit. I'd have to look at my other screen. Hang on.
Hey, Enoch, how's it going? And then Hans Musted is the one who's bringing up Die Hard. Big fan.
It's 22.1 billion. I just looked. So, yeah.
Okay. Now, like Black Sheep said, we've seen crazier shit happen in crypto than $27 billion materializing somewhere and blessing people. But that's still a big reach, wouldn't you think, to say, here's $27 billion of value that people are going to agree on and hold up in this interstate.
What you need to do is just watch that video. I posted on my Twitter. Watch that video and then tell me what you think after watching that video. That YouTube video that I had you post earlier.
Yeah, I shared.
That'll give you an idea of why it is
in the comments.
And it's all about collateralization. And trust me, Richard Hart's got enough money to collateralize the shit out of this thing. He's got plenty, dude. So I think we're good. I think we're in good hands.
And that's pegging for dummies.
Pegging for dummies. Yep. It's a great video, dude.
Don't search pegging for dummies. Just click on that. You can end up in a dark corner of the internet really quick.
Yeah.
It is the best one I've seen so far, though. That video right there. But it's been a fun time today. Appreciate you having.
I want to say hi to Neil for T-shares here. And of course, Crypto Sloth putting that one in Google right now. No, don't do it.
Yeah,
Don't do it, Sloth. Oh my gosh. So
Oh,
you're
no.
tell me about RG3. What are you going to be showing up to Utah?
Yeah, you're going to be out there with me too, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
I'm getting ready to go talk to Donovan on his. I was in here getting ready to stream, and then
Yeah.
SJ told me you guys were streaming. Maybe jump in and say hello. But yeah, we're going to be in Utah for the Pulse Chain Tour. Yourself, me, Drac, Donovan Jolly. We're all going to be speaking on stage there in the Lehigh area. So it's going to be cool, man. Everybody come on down. If you've never been to a Pulse Chain Tour event, I'm suggesting you get to one because we have a good time. We if you can get a VIP. Get a VIP ticket, come have fun. And Black Sheep, well, they're always amazing when Black Sheep's there because me and him are hanging in Vegas. When we hang in Vegas, man, it's
Oh yeah, man. It's a shit show, dude.
Crypto
Had a good
Slot
time.
says it's already at the
Had a good
top of
time.
my browser history.
Oh no! Don't bookmark it, bro. Don't bookmark it.
Good times.
So
Enix
anyway,
says
so yeah,
stream of
that's
the
what we're
day.
going to be doing. Utah Pulse Chain Tour. We're going to be talking about DeFi, talking about things that are
Okay.
being built on top of Pulse Chain, because it's not just about Pulse Chain. It's really about the things that are being built on Pulse Chain and the people that are out there doing it. And let's face it, the Richard has like magnetized or drawn the best people out of crypto and brought them to his projects because he's built the best stuff. And so the smartest people in my opinion, in all the crypto ecosystem are here in the RH ecosystem. And that's what they're doing. They're building and they're making things happen. You've seen it with Gifford Ware, you've seen it with Alex, you've seen it with the guys in Atropa and what they're doing here with this PDI experiment is so extremely interesting to me. I mean, I've never been one to like be the shill or like all the advocate for it, but man, if this thing works, my hat is off to whoever put this damn thing together, man, because it's looking really, really good, and I'm proud of what the people are doing, man. It's really good stuff. So we need to be talking about this, and stop the toxic maximalism and help support the people that are building on Pulse Chain.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah,
Couldn't
exactly.
agree more.
Good times. Good times.
Yep.
Enix says Pulse conference on the bucket list.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
And by the way, so what we've done is we're going to go global this year. We're going to tour the world. We're going to Europe. We're going to go. Hopefully, we're going to get to Australia. We're going to Canada. But next year we are going to turn this into just one big Vegas event every year, and
nice.
until we could just make this thing pump hard. We've done a lot of traveling, and we felt that the way to focus is going to be, let's put our efforts into one big event, get everybody there, get the vendors there, get all the other projects there, do our pitch fest, the whole thing. So we're going to be doing Vegas every year, 369.
I was going to say, you better make it to Australia. Donnie D's going to have to show you all how to party.
Yeah.
Oh yeah!
You got his $1. We're doing.
You got your work cut out for you because the Hexicans have been showing me all over the place how to party. That's for sure.
Oh man, yeah, I know, right? Well, none of them do it like we do here in Australia, so.
I'm ready, Donnie. I'm ready.
Wait.
All right, guys, I'm gonna roll because I got to go meet with Donovan. But thanks for bringing me up, and good luck to you on everything you guys are doing, man. Talk to you soon.
All right.
Good to see you,
RG.
Cap.
All right, later, RG3. Love you, buddy.
See you, Black Sheep.
Cool. Did you guys have anything else you guys wanted to bring up? Any other projects that are on your list? We did talk about Die Hard right there. Talked about.
I think we're
obviously
good.
the
Yeah, just definitely check out the Hexco song I just did with RG3. That was that's a banger.
For the captain.
Hang on a second.
Let's also. When do you guys think the rubber band is going to snap on Pulse Chain ecosystem as far as price?
Oh, man.
2025. 2026.
Difficult to say, man. Honestly, I think it's going to be this year, though. I mean, look, the whole ecosystem. We got to work on Goat and Goat Feeder pretty much as soon as Pulse Chain was live. Nay, we were actually working on the contracts and running full-scale community-driven tests on BSC testnet before Pulse Chain went live. Just so that we were prepared. So this has been going now ever since, May 13th last year. And then we deployed and got out there. Look, I think it's taken a while for people to find their feet. Core infrastructures to be developed. We're still waiting on, I guess, competitiveness in the Oracle field. I know that some services out there are using things like Fetch, which I think was created by the same guys at Liquid Loans. But there is infrastructure to be built, but I don't think it's going to take that long. And I think this year is really when people are going to start picking up the beans. Like, yeah, okay, Pulse Chain is like legit, not something that you want to sneeze at. You want to be part of this. I don't think it'll take people as long as next year to get there. So,
right now it looks like the biggest liquidity for the GOAT token is against the WRAP PLS. Correct? It's got 35K of liquidity.
No, well, the biggest pairing, the biggest is the actual, what do you call it, Donnie? The native liquidity.
Yeah, the single asset backed liquidity.
Yeah.
What you're looking at out there on the DEX is just a fraction of what's actually there. Like I said, the biggest part of our ecosystem, and like Sheep just reminded as well, is that it's the single asset backing which is most important, right? Let me actually pull up the website real quick, degenprotocol.io. So if we go to the GOAT page, right down the very bottom, it actually shows that right now, single asset backing is currently worth $677,000 right now. Okay.
Oh, so it's the DAI pair.
No. Wait, are we talking GOAT here or?
Yeah, GOAT.
Right. Okay. So if you look down the bottom, the single asset backing there, $677,000 worth. That's single asset backing. That's just W Pulse. That's not counting the other half being made up in GOAT like an LP does or something like that, right? That's just pure, unadulterated, pardon my French, unfuckable with liquidity. So.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty deep, and we were over $1 million when Pulse was at its high, but we'll get there again.
How many GOAT tokens exist right now? Is that right there, the 5 billion?
That's right. Yep.
Supply.
Yep.
And like you said, that's an elastic supply that goes in and out as people redeem or mint the GOAT tokens.
Yeah.
Correct.
But yeah, over time it gets harder to create them because the ratio goes up more, so it becomes more expensive over time to create them. So yeah, pretty cool stuff.
That's awesome. Awesome. Cool.
No, you do not have to stake your DAI hard to earn PDAI. It's automatically airdrop your wallet. Do a fresh wallet just so you can keep track of your PDAI you're earning. But no, you do not.
Good job catching that question.
Oh man, I'm so excited about it right now. I really am.
Cheshire in the house, Ben's in the house. I think that was for RG3 when he was here. I'm wondering when they're going to be getting over to the UK.
Right.
Yeah. So NJ Goat, tell people where they can find you. Is that if they want jewelry, if they just want to hang out and follow what you got going on, where do people find you?
Actually, I'm normally right here in DGen Protocol, the Telegram chat. I'm on the stream every day at 4:20. I think he's up to like 1,250 episodes plus. I've probably been there for at least 800 of them, 900 of them. I've been with Sheep since 2019, and so I'm normally just right there. I don't go too many places because I'm a different type of sense of humor, and so I stay where I'm comfortable at. But I love to around other communities. But normally 90%.
I gave you the Telegram link if you want to post that up there.
Yeah, of course.
Just go in there and say, looking for ENJ Gold, and I'm right there. My Telegram is ENJ Gold.
Yep. We've been here 7 years now.
Yeah.
Just a cool community. We're always in the voice chat all day long. You can find us in there just hanging out. I basically
people.
So it's my second home.
They ask about it, like that. But like I said, I'm always looking for new people, for new crypto companies on the Pulse chain. Saying let us help you do a logo, and let us help customize, saying your jewelry. It's just something that's kind of cool and fun to do. And I love seeing people out there at the Pulse conferences, like Hexy Bastard. He's wearing the 9-inch fucking eggplant as a fucking chain, or the Peb with a eggplant in the backpack and stuff like that. I mean, those right there are fun to make, and they're cool when you actually see them come to real life from just like a sticker. Like, oh, we made a sticker, then we turn it into a pennant for you, and saying it's really kind of cool to see.
We love you too, Allie.
It's fun. It's fun because it gets me to actually know somebody outside of crypto, because I'm talking to them about saying the jewelries, the diamonds, gold, silver, platinum, white gold, whatever. And you actually get to know somebody because you're going back and forth for about maybe a week on designing, saying what do you want, what do you not like, saying stuff like that. So it gets me a little more one-on-one with like Hexy Bastard. Me and him talk for about like a month and stuff like that, and it brought me closer to like a friendship, saying when you're doing someone's jewelry, saying it really becomes a friendship because you want them to be happy with it.
Yeah, it sounds like it's as personalized as almost like a tattoo.
Yeah.
Love it. Wild SJ says that Texray is 10% off code. So you guys want 10% off of the Pulse Chain Tour tickets, then you can punch in Hexray as your discount code. Now, Crypto Black Sheep, you said you go live every day at 4:20 and do the lottery giveaway.
Yes, every day at 4:20. So every morning there's I do my short video, and the goat has a magic word for you. Today's magic word is magic word.
Go
you come on
lazy
stream tonight, you type in hashtag magic word, and you might win. But you got to be there early, and yeah, that's what we do. It's fun. It's just something we do. We've done it for months now. Yeah,
Cool.
Well, I appreciate
Cool.
you having us here, man. And yeah,
Definitely.
you can find us all day long in the DGen Protocol community. That's where we hang out.
And your YouTube channel is DGen Protocol, or is it Black Sheep?
It's Crypto Black Sheep, yeah.
Crypto Black Sheep with the 8 and the 5 for the B and the S, right?
Yeah, if you just look up Crypto Black Sheep, you'll find me. Yeah.
Crypto 8 lakh 5 heap.
Yeah,
Black 5
Crypto 8 lakh 5 heap.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, there's a story behind that too, but yeah.
Cool.
No, I appreciate you having us.
You're welcome. And Donnie, where can people find you or hit you up?
Oh, Donnie, SJ wants you to reach out to her about the Australian hookup too.
Will do. So actually, my Twitter account's recently been made private. Apparently, my account is a good candidate for spam at this stage. But if you want to check out my stuff online, like I'm a bit more developer oriented. So if you want to head to donfunction.pls.fyi, that's the Pulse domain service, and basically the Web3 version of Linktree, right? You can find my public address there. You can find my GitHub, which is where I post open source code for people to use. You can find my Twitter account link there as well. So if you give me a follow, and you're not a spam artist, of course, I might give you a follow back. But basically, donfunction.pls.fyi.
Cool. And you also hang out in the DGen Protocol Telegram.
That's correct. Yes, I do hang out in DGen Protocol every day. Yep. I usually live in the voice chat with the other guys as well. We're there every day.
And I'm guessing you are not going to DM anyone. So if anyone jumps in DGen Protocol and they think Donnie's hitting them up, it's probably not Donnie.
Yeah, no. Under no circumstances will anyone from DGen Protocol DM you first. And under no circumstances will DGen Protocol or anyone from our group or organization ask you to send us money through DMs or anything like that. Obviously exercise your basic internet smarts about yourself, I'm sure that you can tell from the way that we've presented the show today that we are both very much English speakers. We have a very comprehensive knowledge of how to speak properly and use English correctly. So with that in mind, and when you receive those odd DMs, just keep that in mind.
Yeah. If you get a DM from Donnie that is like, what is
Excuse
for
me,
seed phrase of please love you?
Hello, dear.
Hello, dear.
Oh, please kindly click on this link.
I love it. And then of course we got Smo Spider says it gives us some love. A t-shirt says let's effing gout, and of course Crypto Sloth. Nice stream, my man. Appreciate it so much. So we are gonna do what we always do at the end of Tech Talk here, which is the awkward wave goodbye. I'm going to throw on a little bit of music here, and we're just going to wave goodbye to all of you guys as awkwardly as possible. the less you look like you know how a hand works, the more.
That's funny. Oh, Donnie's waving.
Yeah, you don't know and I know which hand I'm waving though.
Yeah.
Then what's in it?
Oh my gosh, I love you guys. We got some big announcements coming out this week for our project. We're finally got some stuff to go live. So
Cool, yeah.
First people are going to know about it are our Telegram.
You can come on our stream and talk about it anytime, man.
Yeah.
Love to. And join us at t.me/anti-gravity saga, because that's where we're going to be dropping stuff first, and then Twitter and our friends next. So yeah, come hang out and
sounds good.
Watch what we can cook up. Love you guys. See ya.
All right, cool. Later, bro.